Hello everyone. So as promised, here's the first vegan recipe that I'm going to show you how to make. So for those of you that are joining my YouTube for the first time, I'll quickly explain to you how it works. Please go on subscribe and click so that you will be notified of new videos as I load them. You will see there's playlists. So if you only want to follow the channel for vegan cooking, then you just click on the vegan cooking playlist. Or if you want to follow it for bipolar disorder or animal rights or patient rights, just find the playlist that you are interested in. Then you don't have to go through all my videos that might not be relevant to the thing that you're interested in. So I'll be doing a few recipes a week. If you want me to do something specific, please feel free to comment and I will see what I can do. So today I'm going to show you how to make a vegan base loaf. Now the reason it's called a base loaf means that it's a base that you can use to make lots of different breads. So at the end, when you put in the final ingredient, you can either change it into a raisin bread, like I'm going to do today. I'm going to do a raisin and lemon bread, or you can change it into a nut bread, or you can change it into an apricot bread, or you can change it into a date loaf. I'll show you. Here's a date loaf that I made with this recipe. So the final ingredient was dates. So you can interchange it by changing the final ingredient, and I'll show you now how to do that. I just want to mention that my recipes are in the metric system, but in the description you will find the recipe in both metric and imperial. For those people that are still on the imperial system, it will be on imperial and metric, and Google is also your friend if you're unsure of the ingredients. So everything that I'm using today is vegan, okay? If in the course of my recipes you see something that I use that you think may not be vegan, please feel free to comment and I'll investigate. And if it's indeed not vegan, then I will remove that or change it with another item. We learn as we go along. Sometimes you think something is vegan and then it is not vegan. So you need to start by putting your oven on 160 degrees Celsius so that your oven will be ready. You need to grease 2 bread tins. Okay, I use vegan butter. You can use whatever non-stick you want to use. If you hear dogs bark, there will be doggies barking in all my videos because there's always dogs present where I am. So you can use any non-stick. Just make sure that the ingredients are 100% vegan if you want to make a vegan product. So because I'm going to do a raisin and lemon or orange bread today, I already prepared my raisins. I'm going to show you how I did that. So the recipe that I'm doing today is enough for 2 loaves. If you only want to do 1 loaf, then you half the recipe exactly. So for 2 loaves, you're going to need your wet ingredients at the end. You're going to need 400 grams of whatever wet ingredient you want to use. So today I'm using raisins and orange rind, and I'm going to put in some sunflower seeds as well. Now the reason I call it the wet ingredients is you put 2 teaspoons of bicarbonate of soda over those ingredients and you cover it with boiling water until it's covered completely. Then you leave it for a few hours and it becomes a mushy pulp. So that's your wet ingredients. That's why I call it wet ingredients. As you can see, I did it with the raisins already. Now, if you want to do the final ingredient something else, like dates, then you do exactly the same thing. You put the dates in, you put in 2 teaspoons of bicarbonate of soda, and you add boiling water. So the final product must be 400 grams dry before you add the water in total. So you can add 200 grams of bitter dates and 200 grams of raisins, or you can add 300 grams of raisins and 100 grams of apricots, dry apricots or whatever. As long as your final amount that you put in sorry, your final amount that you put in is 400 grams. Okay. So you leave that then, and then you can carry on with the rest of your recipe. So you can start with a bowl, and the recipe asks for brown sugar, okay, or yellow sugar. Now you can use white sugar, but just remember that in many countries white sugar is not vegan. The reason it's not vegan, they use bone char to whiten it. So in South Africa, our sugar is not whitened with bone char, so our white sugar is vegan. But in many other countries, white sugar is not vegan because it's whitened with bone char. So, but you can use any sugar will work. So you need 1.5 cup of sugar, whatever sugar you use. I use brown sugar, it gives it a nice taste. 1.5 cups of brown sugar, and you put that into your bowl. Okay. Then you need an oil. So I use coconut oil. You can use any oil to substitute the coconut oil. I prefer to use coconut oil. Coconut oil gives it a nice taste and it's vegan. So you can use any other oil as long as you make sure that the oil is vegan. So you need to add 4 tablespoons of the oil to the sugar. So that's 1. The coconut oil I just leave to melt a bit in room temperature, so it's easier to use. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 4 tablespoons of the oil that you're going to use. Then you mix that. Okay. You can use an electric mixer to mix it. I just use a fork. You don't have to really cream it. It's not necessary. You can cream it with the electric blender, but you don't really have to. You can just make sure that it's mixed properly. Okay, so that's done. Okay. Now, in normal baking, you would now put in eggs. Now, the reason people use eggs in baking is it's binding. It's a binding property. That's the reason why eggs are used in baking. Now, there's a wonderful thing that you can replace, lots of things actually, but there's something I use often, to replace eggs to serve that same purpose, and that's banana. So you're going to have to use 2 bananas, ripe bananas. The riper they are, the better. So you take your banana, you peel it, and you slice it into the bowl. Okay. So that's 1. And then you do another one. Okay. So that's really a wonderful thing that you don't have to use eggs in your baking. You can replace it with bananas. You can go to Google and you can find other replacements, but I found that in this recipe specifically, it really works quite well to use the banana. Then you mash this lot. Okay, just take a fork and you mash it. You can just get a proper masher. So you can use like a potato masher and you mash that banana into the sugar and oil mixture. Make sure that it's nice and properly mashed. So that will now serve as your binding product, and it also gives a nice taste to your bread. Okay, so that's done. Now you're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. So that's 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. You add that in, and now you mix this very well. Okay. Okay. Now, sorry, you're going to need flour, and I add a little bit of oats. So you need 2 cups, 2.5 cups, sorry, 3 cups, 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, you put that in. Okay, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You add that in. And then you can either, if you don't have oats, you can, instead of then using 3 cups of flour, you can use 4 cups of flour, but I'm replacing that with oats. So you add 250 milliliters, 1 cup of dry oats. Okay, you put that in. Okay, then you mix this. So now it's fairly dry. You might find it a little bit difficult to mix this lot, but your wet ingredients is going to come in now. So just make sure that all of this is mixed properly. Basically, the flour must just be wet from the banana and the oil before you add the wet ingredients. So I'm just going to make sure that all of this is nice and wet. Okay. Like that. Okay? Done. So now you're going to add what I call your wet ingredients. That's the final thing. So remember now I said you have to use 400 grams before you put the boiling water in for your final product, for your final ingredient. So I've used the doggies, so you will hear them in all my videos. I'm not going to edit that out, that part of my life. So you've now let your final ingredient sit in the boiling water for a few hours, becomes a nice mushy pulp, and you add that into your dough. And then I'm going to add some orange rind. So this is 2 oranges that I'm going to add in. Okay. And then I'm adding a packet of sunflower seeds. Okay. You can use nuts, you can use whatever seeds you want to use. So the raisins I'm using is safari. It's got seedless raisins, vegetable oil. So there's a lot of issues surrounding palm oil because of the deforestation. So you might just want to make sure that whatever you're using does not contain palm oil. So now you have to mix this. Okay. Now this final mix, you need to mix properly. You need to make sure that everything is mixed very well, so that all the ingredients are really wet and mixed very well. Okay. You can use an electric blender, it helps, but I find if you use an electric blender with something like this, where you've got raisins or pitted dates or something, it makes the raisins and the dates too fine. It breaks them up too fine. So there you go. You've got this lovely mix here. Okay, there you go. You can see. Okay. So now you're going to just scoop this into your baking tins. So if you don't want to use foil baking tins because you want to save on the environment, you can use glass. I usually use glass, but I don't have one with me today. So you just spoon that in to your pan, like this, your baking tray. So you need to fill it about 3/4 to the top, like this. Okay? Now this goes into the oven for 1 hour. Then after 1 hour, you take it out and it will look like this. Let it cool down for 5 minutes and then you can turn it out. And you can put jams on or vegan butters on or whatever. You can also use this to make cupcakes or muffins. Just remember, the baking time is going to be shorter because the area that you need to bake is much smaller. So that's it. That's the first one. You can change the final ingredient to basically anything. Apricots, pitted dates, pitted prunes, whatever. As long as it's 400 grams and you cover it with water with bicarbonate of soda, and that's it. Put it in the oven 1 hour and you've got your vegan loaf with whatever flavoring you had. Mine is now today a raisin and orange loaf. Happy baking. Please feel free to post your photos of your breads after you've done them, and if you want me to make something specific for you, please do let me know. Comment in the comments or send me a message on Facebook. You will find my link on the videos to Facebook, and I will try my best to make your recipe for you. And that's it. Happy baking, happy compassionate baking, and I will see you again next time. Take care, bye bye, and God bless. Bye.